This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, August 4th. We made it to the middle of the week. I'm here with my friends Lindsay and Brandon. I'm Tori. Let's get started. We have big news, guys. President Biden and other Democratic leaders, I don't know if y'all have heard, are calling for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign. Now, it's all due to this bombshell report that found Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women who work for the state and elsewhere, violating federal and state laws. Now, Cuomo has responded by apologizing. He said he accepts responsibility and is making changes. He also denied the sexual assault allegations, saying he, quote, never touched anyone inappropriately. He also presented this slideshow showing photos of himself embracing, kissing various people. Meantime, one of his accusers is speaking out, and here's some of what she had to say to GMA.
It wasn't an apology, and he didn't take accountability for his actions. He can't once apologize and then say he didn't do anything wrong. He blamed me and said that I simply misinterpreted what he had said, but his line of questioning was not appropriate. He was coming on to me, and he insinuated that survivors of trauma and sexual assault can't tell the difference between mentorship and leadership and sexual harassment itself, which is not only insulting to me, but every survivor who listened to him yesterday.
Wow. So Cuomo is resisting calls to resign at this point. What do you make of his defense? Should he step down? A lot of you wrote into the show being like, are you guys going to cover this? We're covering it. Lindsay.
That response was a disaster.
Bad.
I think if anybody was confused or any legislators were confused about whether or not to impeach him, he went ahead and tipped the cup over for everyone to decide. Some of the things that threw me off the most were when he compared a family's experience to one of the accusers, and he was like, oh, I know somebody in my family that went through this, so I thought that I was kind of like that mentorship role and walking her through it in a way. And she's saying that she felt sexually harassed. So that's confusing to me by getting questioned about things like, do you date older men? How would that help you with the solution there? And then also showing that slideshow, I never heard a defense that worked that said, hey, I did this so many times in the past that it should be okay for the future.
Right.
And so that to me is the most crazy defense from somebody who was the most beloved man this time last year.
Correct.
I mean, the whole world was looking at him like, oh, wow, you're doing such a great job with coronavirus, but you're not doing a great job with just respecting women.
And because of that, Lindsay, that's the reason why he won't resign. That's the reason why he's going to fight that. Because I watched House of Cards on Netflix. You know, I love that show. And it's because look how close he was to possibly being in the White House. So he's going to fight that for as long as he can, because, you know, he and Trump got this little battle going on, and he's probably looking at it, well, if this man was on tape saying I can grab women by the whatever and still make it to the White House, he thinks that maybe this will blow over and he'll have a chance to run. I do not see this man resigning.
I think the problem is he might get impeached, which is one thing, which happens. The other thing is that once you have the president of your own party, Democrats, saying you need to resign, that's not a good thing. So if we're going to be fair here.
And he's like so outspoken. So it's crazy when you bring up President Trump, like, he was very outspoken about his presidency the entire time. And so to be throwing rocks, and he lived in a glass house for sure, is pretty interesting to me.
Yep. Well, keep an eye on that for sure. But what a fall for Cuomo. All right, we got to talk about what happened on a recent Frontier flight. I can't with this. This might be the case of instant karma. This is an unruly passenger, okay? Here he is. Look at this. Ugh.
Jerry.
He was
Jerry.
arrested and charged after he allegedly groped 2 flight attendants. And when I say groped, I mean sexually. He got into a physical altercation with a 3rd male flight attendant. TMZ got some more video where you can hear some of his rant. Let's all take a look. What's coming for you is what he said. Now here, you guys ready for this? Duct taped him to the seat. I'm not kidding. Taped his mouth shut while other passengers can be heard laughing. This is where we are, folks.
Yeah, that's not
This is where we are. Check out this other angle that shows him taped down, calling for help after he was able to wet the tape and to get it off his mouth. Now, the passenger, known as Max Berry, had saying, quote, "This will forever be the most dehumanizing experience in my life. Many people laughed and ridiculed me as I was mistreated by staff of a professional airline." He also denied groping anyone. In a statement, the airline confirmed the incident and said the flight attendants will be relieved of flying pending an investigation, as is required. I also want to let you know, arrested. Fully arrested. So he can say that he didn't grope anyone. He was arrested by police as he got off the plane. He also wrote a tweet. You ready for these?
Here we go.
"I could buy that janky airline if I wanted to." Okay. "Can somebody tell me what the hell is so funny about being duct taped to an airplane seat? I was treated like livestock." And finally, to be clear, I did not grope anyone. This is the stupid narrative that the media is pushing. Let me remind you again, the man has been arrested. There's no narrative here. What do you guys think?
This is just perplexing. We watched these airline incidents this year, and I was looking at an article in CNBC, and it said that around June there were like 3,100 incidents already, and people paid over like $500,000 in fines. And so you know that it's getting like out of hand because we're only halfway through the year. But to me, like, where they duct taped into the seat might have been too much.
How? What else?
I mean, they have to land the plane.
Dude, you got it.
They have to land the plane. The protocol is is not duct tape a man
He
and
also
go
threatened,
like.
said, I'm coming for you.
I know, but the protocol is not duct tape a man
What
to
is
a
the
seat.
protocol?
What is the protocol?
I'm just saying,
Use a
like, that's
seatbelt?
not. No, well, don't worry why. Don't wonder why the pilots are suspended or getting fired because you're duct taping a man to seat. What if he had asthma or
No,
something?
he's getting-
They put it over his mouth. I'm just saying that's
I
not a
hear
good
you.
tactic.
Okay.
Now, they are
That's
getting-
actually not like the same thing as arresting or having a marshal on the plane. Like duct taping a man, it's hilarious. If I was on the plane, I would be rolling on the floor.
Sure.
Not appropriate though.
Oh, great. Now, they are paid leave, and it is required. It's not any kind of suspension like punishment because it's just an investigation. But I find no issue with
No
this.
issue.
None.
That's a GoFundMe I would spend my check on right there because I've been flying a lot recently, Lindsay, and I've never heard flight attendants before. You know, when they're like, okay, you know, look to the left. There's an exit sign there. There's an exit sign there. They're also saying now, hey, look, we got nothing to do with this mask policy. This is just for our company. Please do not take it out
Like
on us.
begging them.
We just want to have a normal and safe flight. Never heard that before. And when I've been on flights, I usually do a prayer. Like I pray for the pilots, pray for the skies. Let's get there safe. Now I'm praying I don't have to be part of the herd to duct tape somebody because people are going to look at me to be like, hey, can you help out with
Tori,
the
you hear that?
unruly?
We're looking
Not
at
Tori,
Brandon.
not Tori. They're looking
Brandon
at
should
me.
jump in, not you.
But come on now, like I don't understand it. And for him to do that, that just goes, you're reeking of privilege. You're reeking of
100%.
privilege. And your
100%.
parents are worth $2 million. You're flying Frontier Airlines. Come on now.
Also, by the way, they've stopped giving alcohol on Southwest, and I believe if we can check American Airlines
Really?
and Delta,
Southwest has some great
no
margaritas.
alcohol
No,
anymore because
on
of this.
United either.
So Frontier on United as well. I'm wondering if Frontier will stop serving alcohol.
It's not the alcohol, it's the idiot on the plane.
It's the alcohol,
No,
come on.
fine. That's, people like me, when I have this, after I have this baby, should be able to enjoy a cocktail on a flight.
Well,
Sounds like a
American
mixtape.
now, I just heard, does not do alcohol.
The alcohol and the idiot.
That's right. All right, let's look at this. Not vaccinated? Is that you? Well, it looks like Jennifer Aniston doesn't want to be friends with you. Friends?
They don't.
Speaking to In Style magazine, Jen said that she cut out a few people in her weekly routine who refused to get the shot or have not disclosed whether or not they've been vaccinated. She called the situation, quote, tricky because she believes everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but she said a lot of opinions don't feel based on anything except fear or propaganda. I saw a meme I wanted to ask you guys where it says, if you disagree with science, you're not disagreeing anymore with me, you're rejecting data. And I sort of thought that's sort of what she's saying here. If you reject scientific data, I'm taking a boundary. Thoughts?
I get that because there are other people on the other side who don't even think it's science. They think it's the government trying to control us. Bill Gates are trying to put a microchip in us when it comes to that. But
which is not true. I want to make sure
it's not.
we're
It's
clear
not.
that that's not true.
But do you, when you say you're not going to be friends with them anymore, are you at least going to Zoom with them? Are you at least going to keep that person in our lives?
Or is that privilege gone?
But is that privilege entirely gone? Because we've spent this whole year away from each other. All we've had is divisiveness the last 3 to 5 years now. Do you still stay in contact with those people? Because those people could have helped you through tough times, and their not getting vax could be their choice. So where's the line drawn when it comes to that?
For her, it seems like it's this choice.
Well, when I read this, I first was going to be like, this is dramatic. You're cutting people out of your life, like, completely. But she said her weekly routine. So that's a real key thing to point out. Like, you're not coming over. We're not going to go get a drink. We're not probably going to get dinner during the week. But I'm not going to stop speaking to you forever. That's how I took it.
Okay.
And so I understand that, too. To me, like, especially with a new kid on the way, it's like, no, you can't come over.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, this is just, I ate a little too much this morning. But, like, you're not just going to come over willy-nilly, maybe how you used to. But I'm not going to completely cut you out of my life like you offended me.
Okay.
Because I think that sooner or later, when they start telling people in order to get back in school, in order to travel, and all the different restrictions that we know are inevitably coming, people are going to get the vaccine. And are you still not going to be your best friend's friend because they got the vaccine a year after you?
I do think people are going to break up and have problems with this. And I will say that in New York, restaurants and gyms now are requiring
by mid-September.
vaccinations, requirement of proof. And I'm just saying, I know I want the mandate and none of you will, and it won't happen. I totally understand that. But sort of it will by default by little things like this, right? All businesses will require it. Healthcare workers, New York's restaurants, the gyms, that'll spread. And I think you'll see somewhat of a mandate by proxy.
And we're kind of behind on that because when we had our break, I was over in the Netherlands. In Amsterdam, you had to have the QR code to get into places. And I had my big American Vax card on paper, like, look, multi-pass, like the 6th Sense. multi-pass, like to get into the club. It's the QR Club. Yeah, so moving back to New York and doing the stuff that I need to do with the New York Giants for the football season, I wonder if NFL arenas, I wonder if we're going to go down that road.
Interesting.
And it looks like we are.
Interesting. Let us know what you guys think. You're so important to this story and to this show. Coming up on DBL, a new survey finds a lot of women are stressed in the bedroom. She looks stressed, doesn't she, Lindsay?
Yes.
Behind the anxiety, what is it? And it might surprise you. Plus, she's taken home the gold in the Summer Games, but Gymnast Suni Lee had to bounce back from tremendous hardship to get there. Her incredible story is ahead in Heart Threads. It's amazing.
Closed captioning provided by
Hi, DBL Nation. Happy Monday. Monday? It's Wednesday. Thank goodness it's not Monday. Let's go to the desk and see
I
what's
had it on my
happening with
phone
our
because
host.
I left it in my hotel, but I have it scanned on my phone.
So
I
you're
had
in
to show it to
2050
you,
already.
yeah.
Can I time out?
Real quick, though, before you time out, we got to do a correction. United does sell alcohol.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
United does not sell alcohol in planes. I have points with United.
And you can't get
Right,
alcohol?
currently you can get
Maybe
alcohol
it's
on the
a-
planes
maybe it's
with
not, like, on
United,
the
so it
books,
may be different airlines.
United,
but-
you guys are stiffing me.
Or maybe, okay,
I'm
time out.
a board member.
Was your flight short? Because some flights, I'm sure flights.
Yeah, was it
On
too
too short, the rapper. On every United flight I've been on, they have not served alcohol.
Have you guys been on
And
flights?
I'm
When
on
I'm on
later
Southwest,
on
they'll be
today,
like,
so I'll-
just point, Coke, water, Sprite,
They serve alcohol.
coffee, and you're like, 2, 1, and really you want to be like, vodka. I want to ask a question. Don't you think like walking around with a paper is so ridiculous? It's
Why
like,
are we in Amsterdam level?
no, but it's like a hall pass. Like, who didn't fake those? Like, who's to say this vaccine card is real?
Wow, you just totally opened up a whole black
Well,
market.
a lot of people do. Well, they have
They
it.
are.
It's been
That's
an
already
issue.
happening.
So why don't we have it on our phones like Brandon went to Amsterdam? I want to be in
Yeah,
2040.
They already had it on They had it on
Yeah, it really should be like an app we can download. I actually, when I got my vaccine card, the lady at Walgreens was like, take a picture of
Yeah,
this
yeah, keep it.
just in
Yes,
case,
yeah,
because
that's a
if
good point.
you lose it.
That's a really good point.
You know?
Airbeans 2 says, wait, did I hear Brandon correctly? Is he going back to football? No, but you'll be working with the Giants.
with the Giants and Chelsea FC, the soccer club, the football club.
He's gonna ski.
About skiing,
Bert's
I think it's
adding
important.
another-
Yeah. Do you talk about your skiing?
I
Yeah.
don't ski. What am I skiing?
Yeah, he's trying to make a joke. He's trying to make a joke.
It's called Yes.
Brandon skiing. Can't you picture Brandon skiing?
I don't ski. I snowboard.
And Brandon
Okay,
will
so-
provide
Hi,
a place
DBL
for you to
Nation.
sleep in New York.
Welcome back to DBL. I can't wait for this story. There's a shocking survey out there of 20,000 women who were questioned about their sex life, and the results may surprise you. The survey found 71% of women feel stressed about their sex life. 42% say they don't understand their sexual needs, and only 9% of women, 9, say they feel confident asking for their needs to be met. People, this needs to change. This needs to change. You are a partner in that relationship. You get 50% or 33% if you're in a throuple. And you get to decide what you want. And if you don't know, which a lot of people don't, because you were told not to do things to yourself, remember, you are a human being. Sex is natural, in my opinion. Lindsay, you should go for it.
Well, I just think there's certain
She
points.
did.
trying to be careful.
She did.
Obviously,
That's what she's expecting right now.
But no, I knew that you were going to do that. I knew that you were going to do that. But I think that when people are in a relationship, sometimes they have a hard time communicating because for me, I'll say, you expect somebody to know what they're doing
Yes.
as a grown
Very
man.
true.
And so if I'm having to tell you, I'll be like, okay, I'll probably clock out before I have that conversation.
You're out.
And the old Lindsay I'm speaking for, I would probably just be like, you know what, this probably isn't it for me. And that's just I know that's not nice and that's not being a confident communicator, but I can understand why so many women in the survey, and I don't know how detailed it gets, are these women married? If you're married, I agree with you. This is your partner for life. You have to be able to communicate. But if you're dating, cut your losses sometimes.
Okay, and I agree also, just for anyone out there, what you see on TV or in pornography or other things, is not necessarily what everybody wants. And I think sometimes people go for that, and that's not what we all want.
I really feel as though like adult films could be ruining sexual relations between married couples, but that's not real. And another thing, a lot of my female friends, a lot of them say that they're afraid to express or have communication with their partner because they may seem like they may be looked upon a certain way because their fantasy may be not what that guy likes, or he may look
or
at
woman
her
likes,
a certain way.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry for tap dancing right now.
It's early in the morning. It's good.
But no, but I understand, and I think communication is something that has to be there, especially because forever is a very long time.
Yeah, and even if you don't have to be like, no, don't do it like this. Even if you're like this, I love it when you do this. It really turns me on when you do this. Positive. Don't have to be like, man, this is awful.
Because if you say it the wrong way and a guy is sensitive, you could really just sabotage.
Or a woman is sensitive, right?
Yeah, either one. If a person is sensitive, your partner is sensitive, it could really put like a real dent in the relationship.
Exactly. So if it's coming off as, this really works for me when you do that, that isn't too harsh, and I wonder if you're scared. Try that. See if that works for me, and then get in my DMs and tell me how it works.
You're like real therapist right now.
I sure am.
That was good.
I sure am.
Tori after dark.
It's important, and it's really not fair. All right, coming up on DBL, this gold medalist won big for her country, but even bigger for her family. It's amazing, this story. Watch Suni Lee's path to gold in Heart Threads, coming up next.
Schools across the country are getting ready to welcome back students as the Delta variant races through communities. So what does Delta mean for schools? Let's connect the dots. Health officials admit that the highly contagious Delta variant has changed the war on COVID. Despite that, experts including the American Academy of Pediatrics agree that getting kids back in classrooms should be a priority. That is because of the dangers of learning loss, mental health concerns, and the hardships on parents. But can it be done safely? Research shows that in-school transmission last year was low when schools took basic precautions. That includes wearing masks and 3-foot distancing. A pediatric infectious disease specialist told the New York Times with those kinds of precautions, there will be some transmission, but it will be relatively infrequent. With even more precautions, including symptom screening, improved ventilation, and required hand washing, transmission rates were lower than the surrounding community. All that research was before the Delta variant started fueling a fourth wave, and there are still a lot of things we don't know yet about Delta. While more kids are getting coronavirus right now, that could be because they are more likely to be unvaccinated. And while children are less likely to have severe cases, some kids with mild infections may experience long-term symptoms. Connecting the dots, I'm Janelle Bluda, KHOU 11 News.
Welcome back to DBL. When Gymnast Suni Lee won gold at the Summer Games, her medal symbolized years of practice, personal tragedy, and hardship as the daughter of refugees. From Suni's heart-wrenching trials to the top of the podium in Tokyo, here's her incredible story.
This daughter of refugees overcame family tragedy to win gold for the U.S. Suni Lee's parents came to the U.S. as Hmong refugees. Suni's bond with her father is especially close.
Me and my dad definitely have the closest bond out of everyone in my family.
Just before Suni headed to the World Championship in 2019, John fell from a ladder and was paralyzed from the chest down. It was devastating for Suni and her family. But John insisted that Suni go to the competition.
I told her, just go and do your thing, don't worry about me. I'll be okay.
Suni took home gold. But the biggest prize was in Tokyo. As Suni prepared for the Summer Games, juggling school and family obligations, John worked hard to get better.
I I know that he's going through something and it's way harder than what I'm going through right now. So I knew I had to be the best that I could be for my dad.
Because of the pandemic, Suni had to compete without her family once again. But Suni made John and her family proud, becoming the first Hmong American to win gold. And back home in Minnesota,
what an amazing story. Her father built her first balance beam because they couldn't afford it. Built it. Wow. Incredible. All right, stick around. We have a special surprise for Lindsay. That's coming up.
Surprise?
Yes, we do.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Let's separate fact from fiction here when it comes to another stimulus. The main question we're getting is like this one from David in Kokomo, who asks very simply and directly, are we getting a fourth stimulus check? Here's what we found out, and our sources are the Senate Finance Committee and the U.S. Treasury Department. First, David is not alone in his question. Take a look at people searching the phrase fourth stimulus check on Google. The subject has picked up a ton of interest, starting all the way back in March. That's when a group of 21 senators sent the president a letter voicing support for additional direct monthly payments to support Americans struggling through the pandemic. Then, a couple weeks ago, this post started circulating on Facebook, claiming Congress passed another stimulus package and we'd all be getting another check for $2,500 on July 30th. We can verify that is false. The post is a hoax that has since been removed by Facebook, but it was widely shared and got a lot of people talking. The reality is, when new stimulus payments are approved, the U.S. Treasury quickly posts information about them on the IRS website. So far, neither the Treasury nor the IRS have mentioned anything about a fourth round of economic impact payments. And we reached out to the office of Senator Ron Wyden. He's chairman of the Senate Finance Committee and one of the senators who signed the letter urging President Biden to consider another stimulus. Wyden's office tells Verify they are not aware of any fourth stimulus that is currently in the works. That has not prevented 2.7 million people from signing an online petition calling on Congress to approve $2,000 payments to all adults in the U.S. every month for the duration of the pandemic. But so far, that has not happened. So we can verify claims that a fourth stimulus have been approved, well, that's false. And while millions of Americans and some lawmakers would like that to change, there's nothing to suggest that that is going to happen.
Welcome back to DBL. I'm not going to cry. Today we are saying goodbye to Lindsay. She's not leaving. She's starting her maternity leave. And we've been following along with you these past 9 months. And we can't wait for our new DBL family member, a little girl. But before we send you off, here's a look back.
I'm going to be back, Tori.
Here's a look back at the journey. Okay, I'm done. Play it.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
baby, it's like I know they're not capable of taking care of themselves, and so my responsibility is to give them all the tools that I took with me over my journey and help them prepare best to live the best possible life. And so I'm excited to have that challenge.
I'm ready. We moved in our house. The baby can come. I hope she comes on time. Welcome home, little baby.
Welcome home.
So are you ready for this baby?
Of course I'm ready for this baby.
How do you know? I'm not ready.
Everyone I've been talking to has been saying, when it's time, you'll know. They keep saying that, when it's time, you'll know. I'm
like, time to go to the hospital?
Time to go to the hospital, time to change the diaper, time to give the baby milk. They said, you'll know. It's a parent's instinct, so I just embrace that.
Well, hopefully I can just get with the flow of being a new mom and it won't be too crazy.
You'll know what to do when the time comes. DBL Nation, I just want to thank y'all for coming on this journey with us. Me and Lindsay really appreciate it.
And everybody in DBL Nation, we appreciate you guys, and we're going to share the baby, maybe not as soon as she comes, but soon after she comes.
Oh my God!
We thank you guys. I can't believe I'm here. Like, I can't believe I'm like leaving and going to have this baby.
Is it scary? Tell us what you're feeling.
Yeah, I have this calm that came over me because I got to do all the things like pack my hospital bag and all that stuff, but I'm just like, don't know what to expect, and so I'm just excited to. Yeah, I'm just going with it. I just have came to peace. All the parents have given me all the advice, and now I'm just like 2 weeks away, and it is what it is.
Well, I've known you for about a year and a half now. I think you're going to be a great mother. I thank you for being such a great co-host, and even better, a great friend. So go, like I wish nothing but the best to y'all.
Thank you guys.
We love you.
Thank you guys so much. I'm super excited.
We love you. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.